Hey everyone, welcome back to today's video. Today I decided I wanted to try to do some like natural curls, except I'm gonna be faking the natural curls because I don't have natural curls and neither do any of my mannequin head. I do have a couple that have like wavy curls, but they're not like curls, like tight curls. So today I decided to use my mannequin head Willow. And I have this one like iron curling wand that is called a chopstick wand, and the reason it's called that is because it is about the size of a chopstick. It's a little bit like thicker, but it's shaped like a chopstick, and it's supposed to give you really tight curls because the wand itself is super small. So I decided to do that. It took me about an hour to do. I'm not exactly sure. But I love the curls though. Like, I wish I could do that to my hair. So I'm gonna show you all the process and then the end result. So I hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we're gonna get started here, and I have my first slice of hair and I've just spritzed some heat protectant in. I've actually already gone throughout the hair and put heat protectant in all over her hair. I'm just taking this extra step here to put more on as I go through the hair, taking the horizontal sections just so that I can double check that it's gonna be protected. So with this first section here, as you can see, it's super loose. The reason it's super loose is because I only left the iron on for a few seconds, and with this one I'm gonna leave it on for the proper amount of time, which is at least 5 to 10 seconds, or just until the hair feels warm to the touch. So I'm using my middle finger and just tapping the hair every second pretty much, and once I feel that it's warm enough, I'm just gonna go in and take the hair off of the iron. And you can see the difference between these two, and the reason I'm showing you this so that you can see why it's so important to leave the hair on long enough, and then obviously making sure that you're not leaving it on too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and retouch up this first section here, and I waited until it cooled down first so that I'm not burning the hair. So with this technique, it's actually super easy. Like, it's just basically curling your hair, except you just have to be a little bit more precise and take your time as well. So with each little section that I am taking, I'm gonna curl it one away from the face and then one towards the face. And then I'm just gonna go back and forth like that all throughout our hair. One thing I will do is for the sections that are right along the hairline, especially in the front, I am gonna make sure to go away from the face just so that it can lay better. I think that's what I did, but I don't remember. I just feel like it just looks better, and that way it doesn't stick out kind of funny, but you can do whatever you want. With this particular mannequin head, her hair actually sheds quite a bit, especially when there's heat. Normally actually doesn't shed very much, but when it comes to heat, it does. So I'm not gonna worry a ton about it just because it is a mannequin head. If this was a real person though, do not use the curling iron if it's like burning the hair off. Like, don't do that. I've used this curling iron on my hair before, and I've never had it burn my hair. And I did use heat protectant and that kind of stuff, and so I've never had a problem with it on my hair, although it has been a while since I last actually did it on my hair. So just make sure you do a strand test, because this iron does get to 400 degrees and you can't change the temperature, so just be careful with it. So here, to break up the big sections here, all I'm gonna do is use my fingers like a brush, and just kind of run my fingers through the hair and just down all the way towards the end. I'm only going to do this once with my fingers, and then I'm going to spritz it with hairspray while I have a whole of this section just towards the end here, and then I'm going to release the curls and then go in and break up the big sections into little chunks. This hairspray that I'm using is a light hold hairspray. The reason I decided to use a light hold is because I'm going to be spraying it all over the hair, and I didn't want the hair to be coated in hairspray, and just it doesn't feel very good to have hair that's just like coated in hairspray. Like every time you touch your hair, you can like feel that product. And I knew that I was going to be putting some more hairspray on it later, or some kind of product that's going to help it hold. So I just wanted to start off with something light and build my way up. Alright, so here is another horizontal section, and again I'm going to start off by spritzing it with heat protectant, and then I'm going to go in and brush it all through so that it gets evenly coated, and then I'm going to start curling in alternate directions. And then I'll break up the curls and hairspray it. So it's just super duper repetitive, and you have to be like precise, but in the end it's all worth it. The reason I decided to curl the hair in alternate directions is because I feel like it gives the overall look a more of a natural look, because in reality, like real hair, not every single curl is perfect, and not every single curl goes in one direction. Like not all the curls, all of them go in one direction. You know, one curl might decide that it wanted to be looser than all the other curls, or another curl might decide that it wanted to go, you know, all towards the left. There's no like pattern to naturally curly hair, and I feel like that's also what makes it fun. So to break up this like pattern, I'm gonna go and curl it in alternate directions, so that when all the curls are sitting on top of each other, it doesn't look like all the curls are going, say, towards the left. So I just feel like that helps with the end result. If you guys decide that you want to try this out, I highly recommend that you try it on somebody else first, whether that's a mannequin head or your friend or whoever, and to make sure that you have heat protectant, because this hot iron does not change temperatures. It goes to 400 degrees Fahrenheit only, so you need to make sure that you don't burn your hair on your first try. So, and then also do a test run, because if whoever you're doing on has bleached hair or chemically treated hair, it may not be able to handle the 400 degrees even with the heat protectant, because the heat protectant can only protect the hair with so much heat, and if the hair is already damaged, you're just making it worse by putting 400 degrees on there, because like 400 degrees is a lot on the hair. Because if your normal temperature, say, is 325, that's 75 degrees more than your hair can handle. So just be aware of that, do test strand, and use heat protectant. I'm not sure if I mentioned this before, but I've actually used this iron on my hair, and on Pearl's hair, and on Eve's hair, and every time I've used it on either mine or Pearl's or Eve's, I've always used heat protectant, and I was always really, really careful in making sure that I didn't leave the hair on too long. So do be careful, but also enjoy the process. So I'm just going to continue doing these repetitive steps, and once I've curled all the hair and separated it into smaller little sections, then I'm going to go in with a stronger hairspray. And I also decided at the time to see what putting gel on dry hair would look like, and I wanted to see if it would actually help the curls to hold, even though the hair is like dry and these are technically fake curls. So I did put a bunch of gel in there as well, and I think I might have put one more product in there, but I'm not sure. And I did spray a lot of hairspray on there. So yeah, when I put the gel in there, all I did is put some gel on my hand and then rubbed it so that it was all over the palm of my hand, and then I just scrunched it in, and I made sure to get the top of the hair, but also like the inside of the hair, like the hair that is, say, right here that I'm curling, because it is laying underneath all the other hair that's on top of it. So I just went and just make sure I put it all throughout the hair, you know, the hair on the nape of the neck, just everywhere. So yeah, once I'm finished with that, I'll show you guys the end result. that is it for today's video, and I hope you guys don't mind being in my bedrooms like all the time. I film my intros and outros in separate times than my most of my video, like the main part of my video. And sometimes I set up the tripod and do it right there. Other times I am holding my phone. Pearl is behind me, just chilling. So I hope you guys do try it out on a magnet head first or on somebody else, because it is really hard to do on yourself. Like, I've only done it twice on my hair, and that was also back when I had at least collarbone length hair, and even that was hard because, first of all, this particular iron is 400 degrees. So yeah, that actually basically it. So just be careful and make sure you use your heat protectant. And obviously on a human head, if the hair is melting off, then don't use it. But this is a mannequin head, and some mannequin heads have tendency to do that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!